Hey everybody, this is the group. It's July 19th, 2023, and we were talking all about the convention wrap-ups for, and as figured out, for United States and Canada. It was not International Grand Convention like I was used to. So we just got done talking about all the different things that to experience and stuff at convention, which sound amazing, Karen. Thank you. Now we're gonna give it over to Karen, and she's going to tell us all about the amazing products, the launch of everything. So here you go, Karen. And I'm going to mute.
Thank you, Debbie. I don't know if I'm qualified enough to talk about any of this stuff, but the only thing that qualifies me was that I was there live because we all watched conventions, so we all got to see. So there was a lot of new products, specifically two new, not new oils, three brand new Spectra oils, and two supplements, and then two personal care products. It was a smaller bundle this time. The price point was a lot more attainable than it has been in the past, and so that's was really cool. I will start with the Emu gummies, which I think a lot of people were excited about because it's a gummy. There's no sugar added, which is very difficult to do because sugar is what turns like an item into gelatin. So they said that they've been working on this for like 2 to 3 years because they just wanted to try to perfect it without adding sugar. So it is elderflower, elderberry, and the elderflower is what's the flavoring on this. I'm gonna open one and try not to give you guys trouble because I am gonna eat it. But this is the size, so comparable to like my thumb. You guys can kind of see it's a pretty decent size. It's not like a tiny gummy. And I mean, it's a gummy. It tastes really good. It's sweet. My mom is like doing no sugar right now, to like help with like her inflammation. And when she took it, she was like, "It's really sweet." And I was like, "There's no sugar." And she's like, "How?" Like she was surprised because she's like, "It tastes really sweet. How is there no sugar?" So serving size is two gummies. Um, it's got all sorts of stuff. It is considered vegan. And it's for your immune system. There's so many videos right now out for this, so you can get all the information you got from this, from all the videos and stuff like that. Because for me to try to explain that the science would kind of hurt you. But basically, you're getting immune support from two separate sides: the elderflower, which we know elderberry is really good, and then you're also getting it from the beta glucans. And I have a video, but it's in Spanish, so I'll have to try to translate it, explaining it a little bit more from the chief director, like from her, the Hispanic lady. I caught her at the convention site, so she was able to explain it, and it was really cool. And the way that she said it, she's like, to compliantly say it, it's going to protect your body from the things that you don't want in it. That's how she said it. She's like, I can't say it, so compliantly, this is about as close as I can say it. So I thought that was really cool. And then the next one that came out that was a supplement was the green omega 3s. It is a new omega supplement. And so what makes this supplement different than other supplements is that it is based on algal oil, not on the fish. So it's based on algal oil and clove essential oils. And so clove is going to also help your immune system as well too. And it's also going to help the way that you receive it. The way that this was explained was algal oil is what fish eat, and then the fish convert it from EPA to DHA, like they used a bunch of terms. And so all we did was cut the middleman out. So we removed the fish essentially, and now we're just getting it straight from the source. But getting it straight from the source means that we needed to find a way to do that conversion. Does that make sense? So that's why they've been working on it for a while. What makes it really cool too is because it comes from that algal oil, it makes it a vegan supplement. And so now you don't have to worry about, you can still eat your fish, but not worry about, oh, am I getting enough fish for the day? Or you people that are not pescatarians or people that are vegan and, don't eat fish, now they can eat this as well too. And so it's got it's got the names in here, but DHA and EPA are the property specifically that you need to get from the omegas. And so they were able to kind of find a way to get that extracted without having to go through a fish to get it. Does that make sense? And so the other thing that they were really excited about is that it has none of that fishy aftertaste that you get sometimes, those fish burps. You don't get that because it's coming straight from the algal oil. So that's pretty cool. My husband was really excited about this one. He's like, I think I want to try that. So there's that. Then you have these two Simplified collection. So if you guys don't know, Simplified by Kate and Jacob, or Jacob and Kate, is Jacob Young and his wife Kate's way of saying, you know, sometimes oils can be a bit overwhelming. Sometimes Young Living can be a bit overwhelming. But where I started was this: I just want stuff that's easy. Here's your easy button, just for the smell of it. This lotion and this chapstick. You don't have to worry about, oh, it's got lavender, and lavender has all of these properties, and da 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 da. They just smell nice. That's really what it is. And it's an easy entry point because this is 1 ounce, little small, little portable, and so it's a first Young Living's first portable size besides the Bon Voyage kit, which you can't buy individually. You have to buy that whole kit, which is, you know, can be a little pricey too because it's not a cheap kit. And this is way more affordable. And so now you have this like super creamy and really nice scent too. It just spreads in really quickly, really nice. It doesn't leave that like creamy like feeling that some lotions do, which is really cool. And it smells phenomenal.
What's the flavor? What's the scent?
The Tropical Tango from the Simplified Summer Collection.
Okay.
So if you have Tropical Tango from your Simplified Summer Collection, it's the same scent, only like creamier maybe, because it's a cream.
No, your husband has that Simplified collection.
Yes, he does. He won that whole thing. He doesn't even know what he has. And then you have the chapstick, which again, just a chapstick, but it's something that you can say, oh, you know, you don't have to worry about being like, oh, this is going to heal your lips because it has this and that. And well, it's just really good for you. There's no fragrance. There's no like added yucky ingredients that you might find in other stuff as well too. So cool entry point on those both. And this, like I said, the scent, people were really, really fond of it. So they went with that. And then the two not so new, but new oils are the Ignite Your Journey and Valor. And the reason I say they're new, not so new, is because Ignite Your Journey was released in the APAC region as just Ignite. The name itself was just Ignite, but now they brought it to the US and it is Ignite Your Journey. It has a bunch of stuff in it, but it kind of, to me, it almost reminds me of the Roots and Wings blends. So it's meant to help you kind of propel you forward, and that's kind of what the Roots and Wings blends were meant to do as well, to ground you, bring you to earth, and then propel you forward. And the Ignite Your Journey is supposed to help you with that as well too, get you out of your head, moving forward, because that's what we should be doing, is moving forward. And then Valor is one that we're all familiar with, but if you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that the label is a little different. You guys see that like background behind Valor?
Yeah, hold it still a little bit longer and then the computer can pick it up.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see on the shield behind
Oh,
Valor,
yeah.
it's like wood. And the reason for that is because they added an old ingredient that used to be really hard to source, is now back. And so this is the original formulation for Valor with rosewood. So a lot of people that have been with Young Living for a really, really long time were super excited. I have not, so I didn't understand. But in the original formulation of Valor, it had rosewood. And then rosewood is currently on the endangered species list. And because of that, it was really hard to source. So they've recently found a farm in Brazil that is not just sourcing it, but they're working to conserve it. And so the way that they're working to conserve it is that the Brazilian government is very, very strict on what you can or can't do. And so Young Living has partnered with them to help them bring rosewood back and help them farm it correctly, because they were already doing that. And so they really liked our mission, and we obviously liked them for what they were doing. And you guys know that Young Living's really, really strict when it comes to their farms who they partner with. There has to be 50 years of no pesticide. Like there's a lot of things that go into that. And so in order for them to farm the rosewood, they're only allowed to pull the Brazilian government only allows you to farm 20% of your crop of rosewood. So think about how, sorry for the dog. So think about how much farmland you would have to have in order for only be able to pull 20%, and for that 20% to be able to be bottled into making a new formula. So just like think how much that would be. So they're like helping reforest like the forests. And then in order for them to make sure that it's sustainable, I guess is the right way to say that, in order for them to make sure that it's sustainable, if this is the tree, they're only cutting like the branches of the tops of the trees, but maintaining the tree. And then they're tagging it and then geocaching it. So they're tracking the life of the tree that way. So what you're getting is literally like you're getting it from the bark, obviously, because it's rosewood, but you're only getting it from like the top part, and that's all they're harvesting. They're not harvesting the entire trunk so that it can have a chance to regrow. So it's really crazy the way they explained it, the video and stuff like that. They had the farmer there, the farm manager. They had the farm manager for that finca in Brazil there. So that was really, really cool. So new, but not so new oils. And then the big OGs. The big OGs are brand new deep spectras. So these deep spectra oils, oh my, Stepfather just turned light on, so you guys got me a little brighter. almost timed, but it wasn't. So these deep spectra oils, what's really, really important about these, or what's really like powerful, oh, thank you, mommy. What's powerful about these three is that, sorry for the noise, because I'm like in my living room right now, oh, my mom's living room, is that they are, Gary was a visionary, and so he figured out how to extract, how to diffuse, how to do all those things, right? But whenever you pull an oil out, you're going to lose some sort of property from it because it's going through a process, right? It's getting refined, it's being heated up, like there's just tweaking that needed to be done. And so they didn't change what he did, they just improved on it. And so the way that they improved on it was that, and they showed like a chart. It's the easiest way to explain that. So if we can pretend for a second, pretend these lines are like different molecules that you get out of an oil, right? So if they showed you one graph, it was like, okay, this is what you get from like regular frankincense, right? Back on this end, there was a lot of things that you were losing, like certain monoterpenes and sesquiterpenes that you couldn't quite get. And so because of that, they tried to change the formula and try to modify it. So what ends up happening is that you look at the next graph that they did, and it's like, there's still these spikes, they might have dropped like very, very little, but now the part right here has increased. So now you're able to balance out what the oil does or doesn't do by increasing its potential. And that's essentially what they did with these three. So we have, apparently a lot of people are calling this frankincense square. So it's frankincense 2.0 because it's a frankincense on crack because it's stronger. It's got more monoterpenes and sesquiterpenes and all of that with it. So Frank, these are not for diffusing. They're not for diffusing. They're literally for topical and internal use. They are not to be diffused. And it to me personally, I felt like it smells like the resin. Like to me, that's what it smells like. It doesn't smell like the other frankincense. It smells to me like the frankincense resin instead. So it's like a much sharper scent. And so if you don't know, you can go on PubMed and put frankincense in, and you'll see over 1,000 studies on what frankincense can or cannot do to your body. And that is compliantly said. Just go to PubMed and look up frankincense. So you almost sorry, apparently I'm getting a call. Oh, let me close this because it looks like I'm having a phone call. Good now, fixed. So the other two are coriander sandalwood and orange cacao. So coriander sandalwood, it's woodsy. So if you can look up the properties for coriander and sandalwood, to me, it's like, it has like it's like you smell the coriander at first, but then you have the woodsiness at the back end of it. So it's kind of hard to describe, but it's very, very light. So that's the second one. And then the last one is the orange cacao, and everybody that I've had smell this one loves it. Like there's no way to explain it besides that. Like everybody that I've had smell it, it's just been like that one. And so this one, you smell the orange, like it hits you. I personally don't smell the cacao, but it's like very, very light towards the end. So, but it smells really, really yummy.
It's funny you bring up the orange cacao only because back when we were doing in Dallas, Texas training with Gary doing the raindrop, he had us trying the different chocolate bars and there was one with orange infused. And I'm like, I wonder if that's what the smell was coming from. So I might have to check that out.
It's very good. And then the cacao is obviously sourced from our farms as well too, because we know we release those chocolates at the end of the year too. So this is all, I mean, it's now that you're getting cacao in like a scent form. Again, I don't smell it, but I did have other people that said, yeah, you can like very barely like pick up on it towards the end. So that is basically like all of the convention products.
And I hear, Karen, that these deep spectra oils are gone.
So the deep spectra oils let me phrase that. They haven't been patented yet. It is the fact that we even got them is like insane. And they were only open for convention goers within the first like couple of days, hours sort of thing. So if you didn't purchase them, they are gone.
Right.
They're not being released again until they've lined them up. And so we just kind of basically got like
A teaser.
like a tester sort of thing. Like, so they
Yeah.
are so
They're
very
gone.
limited for these three. That's why they're like these like special bottles with the
Yeah, because they said they're waiting to make sure everything is complete. And the patent goes through and then they'll offer them. So, yeah,
So it's just
it's cool though. I love the blue bottles.
cool little blue bottle and stuff. So, and it even when it's manufactured, it says manufactured here, and then it's got like the extracted with deep spectra technology. So that's the name of the technology that they're using to pull them out. And so Young Living's been the leader in essential oils for over 29 years. This is the 29th year, right? For 29 years. And now they're again the leader in a whole new technology to be able to extract and get more properties out of oil. So
And we're the only ones who can do that.
now
Of all the oil companies, we're the only ones that can do that. I think that's amazing. So and like you were talking with the omega-3s, I mean, they're trying to do sourcing where we're taking more from other plants. I mean, like now underwater, the algae and stuff too.
it's also protecting the planet that way, because our sourcing is it's easier to source, because with fish you're gonna have to make sure that it's fished ethically. A lot of fish farms, a lot of antibiotics are used. You have to harvest it a certain way. With the algal oil, it's a lot easier sourcing as well too, so it's going to be more cost effective. And then also, again, it skips the steps, so you're saving on the planet in general.
Right.
We need to be in our stomachs in a different way.
Would you share with us the 3 pillars that you got to learn about at the product expo? The books and
The what?
the 3 pillars. Remember there was the library?
So that was so the Young Living Foundation. Surprisingly, I have this right here, so you're lucky. The Young Living Foundation is my favorite part of Young Living, like by far. It's really what got me hooked, is because there's one thing to be said about a company that takes care of its people and is really good about their products and their sourcing and stuff like that. But there's something else completely to be said about a company that gives back. And so Young Living is really, really, like, just the heart of it is they want to give back. Gary wanted to give back, and they've continued with that. And so with that, they established the Young Living Foundation, which is a nonprofit. What I really like about this is, have you ever donated to a nonprofit and actually looked to see how much of the money that you donate actually goes to the nonprofit? Like there's ways that you can see, and it tells you, and it's usually like, it's almost sad sometimes, because like Wounded Warrior Project is, I can go on a rant on that. They don't give that much to the Wounded Warriors. A lot of it goes to pay for corporate and marketing and all of these things. The Young Living Foundation, 100% goes to the Young Living Foundation. The salaries for the workers is paid out of Young Living.
Right.
That's a completely different thing. So every dollar that you donate goes directly to the foundation. And so that's like super important to me to be able to know that. You can see the baby hanging out over
I
here.
know myself.
So Young Living with the foundation, they have 3 pillars. And so these are their 3 pillars, which is nurture potential, rescue the harmed, and protect the earth. So nurture potential is to be able to provide opportunities for entrepreneurs. So they have a lot of programs in Nepal, in Africa, in Egypt, in
Ecuador.
I mean, all over the world, where they are helping women entrepreneurs establish businesses, learn a trade, and then be able to bring their families out of poverty. And the reason that's so important is because when you empower a woman, you empower a generation. You're not just empowering her, you're empowering her children, you're empowering, like, so when you feed a woman, you feed her children, you feed their children, like, it's just economically works better. And so they explained a lot about that. The second pillar is rescue the harm. And so this is where they partner with a lot of companies to rescue anyone that is either in child sex trafficking, child labor, women that have been trafficked. And so they're doing this around the globe. And I like that they have changed the name to Save the Harm, because it's not just trafficking. So this year they announced that they are actually helping a small indigenous population in Canada that it's where it is, it's like so far up north in Canada that is like super remote. So they have like very limited resources. They had one social worker to manage that entire area. So you've got kids that are in poverty or domestic violence or just in drugs or anything like that. And now they're providing resources so that they can help that community. And so they shared a really powerful story about that as well too. And then the third pillar is protect the earth. And this is how they, it kind of encompasses their farm mentality of like being able to protect the earth, but it also brings in why we're now a monarch preservatory, because we're protecting the earth. Why we're doing our work with the bees, and we're making sure that we're protecting bees. And so that protects the earth. While at the foundation, I was able to plant some specific plants. I forget the name of them because it just escapes me, but they were like wild flowers that you were able to plant and put like a note on it. And they were going to be planting those in Utah. So this is a way that you're able to, yeah, exactly. You're able to partner not just with the foundation, but locally as well too. So if there's something in your area that fits one of these, they have a whole separate fundraiser where you're able, Young Living will match dollar for dollar whatever you raise, as long as the foundation matches one of those 3 pillars. And so the nurture potential is 2 aspects of it as well too. One was the women entrepreneurs, but the other one was the Young Living Academy. And so the Young Living Academy is a way that they have a whole school in Ecuador, and I think it's Guayaquil, Ecuador, where the children do not pay for their education. We have an opportunity to sponsor a child for $75 a month, and they get 2 meals a day. And so they talked a lot about how hunger can lead to lower grades, all these things. And so this isn't a poor neighborhood. These parents are sending these kids, so you at least know that these kids are getting 2 healthy meals a day, not just like whatever meals. These are healthy meals from grown, like locally grown or ingredients. There's no junk food allowed on the premises. Like they were really big about that. Gary was big about that, and they've continued that. And then because the foundation, the academy has so many different things, there was a book drive that they had there. So you were able to buy books for their library. It's just like, it shows like the heart of the company. It shows how much they love to help and give back, and how you are able to partner with them to do that. So that's the foundation.
And they had somebody from the academy there.
They did. And if you want to get involved, right there is the QR code. You
Yep.
can pause this video and get involved.
Right, that's awesome. Could you go through, and since you've got to experience what a virtual compared to in person was like for all those who are watching, that'd be great.
So yes, the last 2 years were virtual for me. And there's plus and minuses to both, right? The virtual option allows people who can't travel, people who can't make it there for financial reasons, or whatever it is that your reason might be for. So I liked the fact that was even an option. The first time I did virtual, I had just come back from a deployment, literally like the week prior. So the chances of me being able to fly and get leave from like all of that thing was practically impossible. So the chance of it happening were slim to none. I think COVID was rolling in right after that as well too. So that was another reason that we all got to be virtual. And so with virtual, I would
And thank
suggest
you
like,
so very much for your service, by the way.
but for virtual, if you had like a party, so you had a bunch of friends, like Marie shared that she was able to be at home with her 62-inch screen TV, and so, you know, get that experience at home in the comfort of her home, being able to go to the bathroom right there, not having to worry about rushing to get to a seat, you know, being able to start and pause and, you know, repeat, and catching all of the sessions, because she wasn't, I don't want to say distracted, but she wasn't worried about doing all the other things. And so that would be my opinion on virtual. My second year doing virtual, I was overseas. And so that was kind of nice that I did like a virtual Zoom viewing, and that was kind of nice because I could still, you know, get that energy, but it just, you're still missing a little bit of that human connection. In person, I mean, in person, you just can't explain the energy in the room, the energy in the area. Like as soon as you got off the plane, you were just seeing all the people there. Like, oh, is that person in oil? Is that person? Oh, I see that backpack. Oh, I see this. And then there's like all the other things as well too. So the Marriott Hotel had 2 days of shopping where it was like every vendor possibly you could think of related to your business or related to just oil. So even if you're just a customer and you want to buy macrame bracelets, or you want to buy Itobi or whatever it was, they were across the street at the Marriott for 2 days. Growing Healthy Homes, I think, was in the Hilton for a couple of days. So any books you wanted to buy, you could go there. The expo itself had like you did your general session in like one area, but then the workshops were in separate rooms, and then in a separate room, like a huge area, was the expo. And the expo was just awesome because it was broken by sections, and so you could talk to every farm representative. So every single farm that we own or are partnered with, they had a representative there. And this year they had like these massive trees. And then they had like these like things that you could look at the science of looking at the oils with like microscopes and stuff. They had a butterfly tent this time, so you could actually go in there and experience the butterflies and see them, and that was kind of cool. And take pictures and stuff. And so that was that area. And then the next area you had was like all of the oils that you could possibly think of were all there. So you could smell the deep spectra oils. You could smell if there's an oil that someone's always told you like, oh, I need this, or even if you forgot your oil. So if you needed some white Angelica, it was there. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were just freely giving out all these oils. And so that was kind of cool. And then the next section was like home. So every home item, all the Thieves products, the Young Living Foundation had a whole section as well too. The Experience YL, which is what the old beauty school was, so you could talk to them about all of the beauty items, all the skincare products, so you could literally try everything there. Or like if you forgot something, you just say, hey, can I get some? You know, there was a sugar scrub area in the personal care products area. And then there was even a YL Latino section. So the Latino market in the United States is growing. And so now they have their own community managers. And so they had a section in the back. They had playing loud music and you could go and dance and stuff like that. They had like photo section areas, photo booths and stuff that you could take pictures in. There was Club Red, where you could get all of the Ninja and Zing that your heart desires for relatively cheap prices. And on the last night, I think I was told that it's like the silver recognition or something like that. It's like free Ninja or something like that. But I didn't go to that because I had to leave. And then there was the Seeds of Thyme Expo, which is where the book, and then there's presentations in there as well too. So there's people talking that you could hear while you're doing your shopping. So the Seeds of Thyme took over for the LSP publishing. So now it's partnered with Young Living to provide books and to provide resources and to provide all of that. And so that was there. And there was like all sorts of cool gear as well too, like pins and hats and bags and all these things that I hadn't seen before. So I've spent a lot of money there. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of money spent there. Well spent, but it was spent. And then they had like a whole section set blocked off for you to pick up your products. So if you needed to purchase like your ER order and send it there, you could. Or if you purchased these items like I did, you could go and pick it up the next day or the same day. The new bundles that they came out with, if you had purchased them, then you could buy them there as well too, or pick them up there as well too. Then they had like this whole shipping area. They had other rooms that were like recognition rooms. So if you made a certain rank, you could go to that recognition room and they would give you a gift. If you hit any of the challenges and you say, hey, I hit the Kona challenge or the Thieves for a Year, they had something there for you. They had obviously like the Diamond Expo room. So it's only diamonds, and maybe if one of them walked you in, you could go in there. Yeah, it was a really big expo hall and it was like a bunch of stuff everywhere. They had food there as well too. I mean, it was just really cool experience. And then the diamonds, the RCD specifically, they got put up at a hotel that just opened up this year that's in the convention center. So they were like making comments. They're like, I don't even have to go outside. I don't even have to experience the heat because I just go straight from my hotel room right across to go to the convention center to see the general sessions. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. So in person, there's a lot more to do and a lot more to see and a lot more like in that sense. I'm hearing that next year is going to be like a hybrid, and so that's why the virtual tickets gone up, because there might be like more to the virtual session as well too. But they dropped the price for in person. So, and then the swag, you get swag in person too. So I got a cool.
What'd you get? Yeah, we want to know what you get. You want me to pause it for a moment? Okay. Make it.
So you got the swag this year was this backpack, and apparently every year they give out a backpack, and so that was kind of cool. It's Young Living branded like everywhere, and Living like all the stuff, and not only just like branded, but on the inside it had a place for you to put your oils, so you can put your oils. They didn't come with the oils. These are my oils, but still. And then it has like all these cool little pockets and stuff like that in here. So, and then like a laptop pocket as well too here on the side. So it's pretty inclusive, if that makes any sense. And then this was the book that they gave out. So it was Ignite Your Journey 2023 America's Convention, with a book that is also, or the pen that's also branded as well too. So it says Young Living on it as well too. So this was the swag for this year. The diamonds got their own swag. Like every rank, you basically got different types of swag. So that was kind of cool. Their swag was like, they got that and then a bunch of other things as well too.
Dang.
First day, Tuesday, was a diamond day. And so if your diamond takes you, then you get to experience it. But if not, then you don't. But it's just a day that they pamper all of their RCDs, all their diamonds, and all their prime diamonds and stuff like that. And so that was kind of cool. And then, yeah, that's the difference, I guess, maybe in person versus virtual.
Did you happen to get the Make a Shift kit as well?
I did not in time for me to pick it up. When I went to go look to see if I could order it, they were like, oh, you'll be able to pick it up by 6. And I was like, oh, my flight leaves at 5, so not enough time. So I'm actually getting it shipped here. So it'll be coming here.
Okay.
Open those
You
up.
want to explain a little bit about what you learned about it?
Yeah, so the size of the box, it's pretty small. It's like this big. It's a tiny little box. It's a tiny, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just a box. And so that's kind of cool that it's just a smaller kind of presentation. It comes with a booklet, so it says make a shift, and it basically explains how you can make a shift in just one click to get a healthier item, to get toxins out of your home. There's 3 different ones. So the first one is a diffuser with 5 oils. Those 5 oils are 2 roll-ons and 3 5 ml bottles, and that's the first one. Then I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong, I'm pretty sure that's how it is. There's 2 rollers. Okay, so yeah, so 2 rollers and
Two blends and 2 singles.
there you go. So 4 oils, so 4 oils that are 2 ones and 2 singles, and then 2 roller bottles that are blends, I'm pretty sure.
Blends.
And
Yeah.
then there's a different diffuser. So it's just a standard diffuser, but it's one that I haven't seen before. So that was kind of cool. And that's one. The next kit was the Ninja kit, which is Ninja Nitro and
2 oils, orange and lime.
yep, orange and lime, which are great if you have shots, if you put them in like a shot, you do them that way. And if you look on the site, it tells you what the value is. So I'll explain that in a second.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a screen share while you're sharing that. Hold on.
There you go, screen share, that'd make it even better. Because then it'll be easier to explain. But then the third one is
Here's the make it shift.
as the screen's loading, we'll be able to explain them a little bit better and not be caught up.
Is that better? Can you see that?
There you go. Now we can see. So you've got the Make a Shift kit, that beautiful diffuser. It comes with that pamphlet, the 2 roller bottles, which is Deep Relief and Stress Away. Then you've got the 4 oils, which are your standards, lavender, peppermint, thieves, and then the 4th one is purification. So it's kind of like a starter kit to kicking off healthy living. It is $112 value. But if you talk to one of the people that you showed this video to, they can give you a 10% discount, and therefore
Exactly.
$100.
Yep.
The next one is a Make a Shift daily wellness kit. So this one comes with Nitro, Ninja Red, and 2 oils. And so this is a month's supply of Ninja Red, because it's got 30 packets in there. So 1 a day gives you your 2 ounces. I've known people that stretch it and they'll do it for 60 days because they just do 1 ounce. Same price point, $112. Again, you can get a 10% discount.
Yes.
If you talk to whoever showed you this video. And then the last one is the Make a Shift Happy Healthy Home, which to me is mind-boggling that they managed to get this at $100. Yeah. Mind-boggling that they managed to get this to 110. So this comes with the laundry detergent, the cleaner, the dish soap, the 2 oils, and the scrub. I'm sorry, right now I'm really distracted because they're getting the baby to walk. They're getting the baby to crawl.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're trying to over here push them. So that, again, you're basically able to replace everything underneath your cabinet. Like just replace all of your cleaning products right here in one shot. So these 3 kits, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was blowing us away just watching it. Obviously, with us being virtual, we were able to sit and watch all the breakouts. But I gotta tell you, there's something I would prefer to get a ticket, go to convention, and come back and watch the breakouts when I got back.
And that's what I'm doing right now, because you get 30 days. And so I'm going to be watching them like 1 a day so that I can catch up and stuff. I did want to see a few in person. So I know people that were able to catch 1 or 2, and you get the schedule ahead of time. So if that's something that you want to prioritize, by all means, you can catch 1 or 2. But I mean, I think I was just so wrapped up with hanging out with people as well too. Like, again, us coming from so far, there's people that we haven't seen in a really long time. I got to meet a lot of my online community friends that I've only met online. So I got to meet them in person. So that was great. So it's just like a difference in versus virtual.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Barbara or Susan, since you're watching, do you guys have any questions for Karen before we stop recording? Or do you want me to stop recording when we talk? You're good? Okay. thank you everybody for watching this. And as you can tell, Karen did say that whoever shared this with you, get back with that person and let them know. We totally appreciate your time, Karen, and sharing all this
Absolutely.
with us. And I will make sure to share this link with everyone because it is share the link plus share your when they get started. So
Yep.
that way everybody's ready. So what kid are you going to get tonight? This is exciting.
Thanks,
Have a
Karen.
blessed night, everybody.
Thank you.